One, two, three.
Wow. Sarah, you're in the same clothes as you did in the last video. I know. It's literally like a lot of hours later. It's dark outside. It's whatever. But hey guys, it's Sarah and welcome back to another video. Nighttime intro things. But I wanted to film this intro because I just got back home. I was at Barnes & Noble, I did some shopping, I did some reading. But in this reading vlog, as you can see, I am reading Daisy Jones and the Six. And I am flying through this book. I haven't even edited my last video yet. And, you know, I'm already ready to talk about Daisy Jones. This book is, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I did not think that I would ever read a Taylor Jenkins Reid book. And then nonetheless, I'm 120 pages in and I am in love with it. At a loss. I'm truly at a loss for words at how much I love this book so far. So I just wanted to give a couple of thoughts. Yeah, before we start the reading vlog, I don't know. The reading vlog started. I just wanted to give a couple of thoughts. To turn the light on so it's not as dark. But I hate having my big light on, so far, 120 pages in, I'm obsessed with the writing. The writing honestly feels like poetic. I put that on my Goodreads. I said that it feels like a poet is telling their story. It's poetic. I am immersed. You know what I mean? Like it's historical fiction. I did not think that I would be so immersed, fully immersed in a historical fiction book. Like I'm truly shocked. I'm truly shocked. Like, yeah, I am annotating so much and so far I'm enjoying Daisy's character and really just like getting to know her and who she is and how she operates. And the same with Billy and the rest of the bandmates as well. I thought it was gonna be so hard for me to buy into the kind of culture that this book is. You know, it's the 70s and it's just like this rock star band, but I'm enjoying their story. I thought it was going to be hard for me to enjoy this book as it's historical fiction as well as set in the 70s, just because, I don't know, I thought, honestly, I was thinking it might come off a little tone deaf, but it's not. But yeah, those are my thoughts so far. I feel like I'm going to, if I'm not busy a lot, you know, this week, I feel like I'm going to just fly through this book. It is truly almost impossible to put down. Yay! If the video is shaky, I literally don't have my tripod on me. I'm trying to join a sprint. Man, it's already started. Whatever. But I just wanted to say, Billy's character, I don't think she tries to make any of these characters likable in any way. And I'm not saying that I don't like Billy. It's just a certain situation happened and my heart broke for the person that he like is with. And so something that person said just really broke my heart for them. And I don't know, it made me like, you know, not like Billy, but obviously these are not likable people. They're flawed characters, they're flawed human beings. And so, you know, she didn't write them so that you would like them, you know what I mean? But it just, it broke my heart. It made me so sad. And so I was just like, Billy.
Hey, you know that ghost in Choo Choo Charles? Yeah, he got cooked. Maybe not. The song is still playing. You know the ghost?
I had a thought. Billy says, if Daisy and I were going to write an album together, it needed to just be the two of us. You can't give 7 people a say in the words. Somebody had to take charge and control the process. And so I understand like only having, I guess, no I don't. I really don't. There's 7 people. An album is like 12. You can have like 12 to 15 songs on an album. You know what I mean? Like an album can be long. You know what I mean? So seven different people, they all want to write their own music. They can do that. I think like literally all you have to do is come up with a theme. What's the theme of the album? What's the theme of the album? What are y'all talking about discussing in this album? What is the feel? What is the vibe of the album? And create around the theme. 7 people can have their own like tune, their own songs. Like, it's not that hard. But that was just my thought. Let me get off the soapbox. It's fiction, so you know. But I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, you can annotate it just like that. No, because No, because here is the tea. Here's the actual. Hey, this is Editing Sarah. So if you have not read the book, please skip this. This is definitely a possible spoiler. And if you don't want to know anything about the book, skip this, please. You know how they, well, at least I'm gonna say based on TV shows, they tell if you're going to like rehab or when like they say not to like fall in love, like they say it in the shows. I'm saying this, they say this in shows, but they say not to like fall in love or be in a relationship because that becomes like your new addiction. And so literally I was thinking the exact same thing before. I was like, literally Billy's wife became his new addiction, because they were talking about like when he was being sober, he was doing different things. He would eat chocolate bars at night. Sorry, I keep fixing the camera. He would eat chocolate bars at night, or he was like really obsessed with running at some point. And so they were saying, you know, and I was like, you know, the way like he was acting with just with his wife and the things that he was saying, I was like, his wife truly became like his new thing, I guess, to keep him sober, I guess. But yeah, to keep him sober so he wouldn't like relapse and whatnot. So that was literally his wife. And Daisy literally said to him, good for you for finding some other, you know, explicit word to be addicted to, but it's not my problem and it's not the band's problem and nobody wants to listen to it. And that's literally, I was thinking that, I was like, literally his wife is like his new like addiction. He was doing all these things. I just thought I was alone in my thought process, but Daisy knew what she was saying. But you know, Daisy is also, you know, she's got drug problems, so you know. But yeah, I just thought that was like, I was like, am I alone in my thought process on this? But no, I was not. I just wanted to say that Taylor Jenkins Reid describes the magic between Billy and Daisy very well. It's very descriptive. Like you can like physically feel it. So yeah, I just thought that that's something that I really love, is like they're talking about them, and then I just got to a part where they wrote a song together, and you could feel the magic happening when they were describing writing the song, and then you could feel the magic whenever the bandmates were describing them together and how they worked together. It's just like they're describing it as magical. Like if there was a word for it, just one word to use it, it would be magical. And she just did a great job displaying it and just writing it onto the page. So yeah, she's just, you know, she's an amazing writer. So yeah, let me tell you, I had my doubts, but I am like shocked, and I am so happy that I am loving the writing and just the way it's set up. I love it so much. Finally heard how it was like written as like an interview with the bandmates. That's really what made me get interested in it and want to pick it up, because I heard everybody raving about it, obviously, but I was like, oh, like I'm not gonna read that, blah blah blah. But hearing about how, I thought that was an interesting way, like an interesting take to it, and just an interesting way to write it and share their story. So I liked that. I lost some clips, and this book is sad, I think. I see people cry. I didn't cry, but you know, this book, it does weigh on you. It's a very heavy book, but I had lost some clips of me talking about an issue that I don't even remember what exactly in the book I was talking about. So do know that I did, you know, feel the feels throughout reading this book. It was a very heavy book for me to read, but I still loved it, and I'm so upset that I lost those clips, because I feel like it was very relevant to the story, and very relevant to my overall reading experience. But that is okay. I am here to tell you that I did feel the feels at a certain part. I really wish I remember what it was, but I truly don't. And if I did, I probably wouldn't say anything because it would be a spoiler. So know that, you know, it is pretty heavy. But yeah, I guess that's all I had to say. This is gonna be like the hardest thing to do ever. I was not looking for books, I promise. I was not going to buy any books because I'm supposed to be on a book buying ban. But let me lock the door. Didn't really just but yeah, it says I'm supposed to be on a book buying ban, but these books were 50% off, and neither of them are the genres that I have a lot of. And I've been looking for some like current affairs, like US history, or like books like that. I minor in poli-sci and my major is mass comm with journalism. Oh, I keep scaring myself. Journalism concentration, so that should tell you as much as it needs to as well. I was looking at US history and current affairs. But so yeah, so I'm just gonna do like a quick book haul. I literally just got 2 books, basically for the price of one, because the one book, it was $30 by itself and my whole purchase was $30.22, so I think I did good with my Barnes & Noble cart. So we have the American Cartel inside the battle to bring down the opioid industry. So yeah, there's this one. The synopsis is pretty long, so I'm not gonna read it. And then we also have Newsroom Confidential, Lessons and Worries from an Ink-Stained Life. And the author worked at the Washington Post, or works at the Washington Post. I don't know if she still works there or not. Yeah, she's worked at the Washington Post and at the New York Times. And like I said, you know, I want to be a journalist. So yeah, I want to read this one as well. Or I picked this one up as well. Sorry. I did get a bit further into Daisy Jones. You know, I'm enjoying it. It got crazy, y'all. It got crazy. No spoilers, but it got crazy. And you know what? I am here for the tea. I am here for the tea. And it's just like, I feel like I can be here for the tea because none of the characters aren't likable people, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I can be here for the tea and I can hype it up, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just this one part and the journalist in me was just like, yeah, that's it right there. And if you read the book, I'm pretty sure you know what article I'm talking about. But I was like, yeah, that's it. Like, ate it up for real. That's probably very evil of me, but I just thought that that was like fascinating. It was truly brilliant. I think that the book, it's a very beautiful book, I feel like. And I feel like, I don't say that lightly. I rarely describe books as like beautiful or just like magical, but I feel like this book is just like, it's magical, really. That's the best way that I can put it, is like, it's like reading magic. It's truly a beautiful piece of work. I'm gonna be sad when I finish, but that's okay. But yeah, let's go home and I'm going to read some more and get comfy and whatnot. So yeah. Would it really be my video if I didn't feel like turning on the lights? Oh, I don't think so. I wanted to say that if there was a song that is this book, or if this book could be any song, then it would be Hate to Be Lame by Lizzie McAlpine featuring Phineas. Hold on. I was listening to it in the car and I was like, oh my god, it's Daisy Jones and the Six. Yeah, Hate to Be Lame featuring Phineas. It's by Lizzie McAlpine. Listen, if you've ever read this book, or after you finish reading this book, listen to that song, you're gonna be like, yes! I was literally listening to it in the car and I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. And that's how I know, when a song reminds me of a book, that's how I know that that song belongs to that book, and vice versa. Because, let me tell you, with Yes and I Love You, Oh My God by New Jeans, I was looking at the lyrics and I was like, yes, this is literally yes, because I kept saying oh my god the whole time I was annotating. I was like, oh my god, and I was like, oh my god, it's literally Oh My God by New Jeans. And I was like, let me go make sure. Looked at the lyrics and I was like, oh my god, it's literally Oh My God by New Jeans. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But yeah, if you've ever read this book, which I'm sure a majority of the population have at this point, listen to this song and you're gonna be like, oh my god. Listen to this song after you're like a little more than halfway through. Listen to this song while you read the book. You're gonna be like, oh my god, it's literally, did Daisy Jones and the Six write this? Like, literally, yeah. Anyways, I finished Daisy Jones and the Six. I was a little occupied for a couple of hours, so I couldn't finish it earlier. It's not that late. It's only like 9:29, and I'm feeling sad. Not just because I finished this amazing book, but just because so many emotions. This book has taken me on a roller coaster of emotions, and it has just made me sad. So I'm feeling sad finishing this. This book it's genius. This book is genius. It is an amazing story, and I'll recommend it 10 times over. It is just beautiful. This is just a beautiful, beautiful book, and I want to start it over. I truly, truly do. I always want to start over a good book, but I don't know how I'm supposed to pick up another book after this. I'm struggling, but truly an amazing and beautiful story. Taylor Jenkins Reid is an amazing and beautiful writer, and I'm happy. I am extraordinarily happy that I read this, and I did not miss out on this, although I did count it out in the beginning. I am so happy that I read this. I could come back tomorrow and I will say the exact same thing, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hate to leave out on a mellow note, but you know, this book has got me feeling a little mellow, so yeah. Oh. I'm sorry. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you subscribe and you like and you turn the bell on so you don't miss another reading vlog, of course. And I'll see you guys in the next one if I can pick up another book. Oh my god. How am I supposed to read another book after this? I filmed one of these last night, but last night was not truly coherent in my opinion. So I want to preface this by saying this is a spoiler section, so if you've not read Daisy Jones and the Six, please do not watch this part. I'm giving my thoughts on the whole situation with the band, and hopefully my thoughts are coherent. So first I want to start with Billy and Daisy. So with Billy and Daisy, I don't think that they should have been together at the time that they could have been together. I think that it is a good thing that neither of them pursued each other, because I think that they were just, their situation and just who they were, it would have just been dangerous. It was just dangerous for them to have been together. I think that they would have just been very toxic for each other when it comes to drugs and alcohol. And I think that Daisy's husband, which I can't remember his name, the guy that she married in the book, I think that it would have resembled a lot like that relationship, because I think that because Daisy was a drug addict and at times Billy had a hard time controlling himself. He had a hard time staying sober. I feel like he definitely would have given in to his vices if he would have been with Daisy. So I don't think that they were good for each other at the time. I also wanted to say that I've seen a lot of like Team Daisy or Team Camilla, and I want to say that I felt so sorry for Camilla, and I felt that she deserved so much better. I don't understand the position that she's in. Obviously, I don't have kids with them, you know, just I feel like maybe it's because of the times. Also, it's being in the 70s. Maybe it's because of the times or whatever, but I definitely felt like she should have left Billy. I think that it was very sad for her to be with a man that just, he didn't give all of his heart to her, and I think that she deserves someone who was just devoted to her and only her. And I think that the only reason, obviously family is a good reason to stay sober and to continue to be on a good path, but I don't think that it was him. Although he was saying like, it's my family, I need to do it for my family. I don't know, I just feel like Camilla deserved more than that, if that makes sense. I feel like that doesn't really make sense, but I feel like Camilla, obviously, I think they all felt that way, that Camilla deserved someone just better than who Billy was. And, they're very flawed characters. They're very flawed people. And when it comes to Daisy, I don't feel like Daisy was I don't think there were any people you could say, oh, this is the protagonist and this is the antagonist. But I think that the whole book is too nuanced to say, oh, I'm team this or I'm team this. You know what I mean? I think that there's too many layers to the situations and the characters for you to be like, oh, but you know, if you are like, I'm team this person, if you view it differently, that's fine. But to me, the book just felt too nuanced. There's too many different layers to it for it to be just black and white, if that makes sense. And I don't think that Daisy intentionally tried to be a bad person. I don't think she intentionally tried to break up a family. I don't think any of that was her intentions. I don't think Billy intentionally meant to fall in love with Daisy. I don't think they meant to I don't think they, intentionally did any of the things that they did out of spite or out of anger. I mean, some of the things, yes, obviously, when you get to the Rolling Stone article and whatnot. But I don't think that they were intentionally bad people. And so I think that for me to say, oh, I'm team Daisy or team Camilla, like I said, there's too many layers to each of the characters. There's too many layers to the situation for me to say, team this or team that. And so I really wanted to state that and put that out there. And also I wanted to say that I think Taylor Jenkins Reid I've never been in the situation that Karen was in, obviously Karen and Graham, but I think that as a reader, I felt like she handled it with care. I felt like she told both sides equally. It wasn't what Karen did was wrong, what Karen did was right. The way Graham reacted was wrong, the way Graham reacted was right. It wasn't that kind of situation in the storytelling. And I feel like that topic can get very, oh, you shouldn't have done that, like blah, 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 or, it can just get very dicey. So I feel like she handled the topic with a lot of care. As I was reading it, I didn't feel like there was any attacking going on. And I feel like that definitely, in the wrong hands, that definitely could have been very much I feel like in the wrong hands, it wouldn't have been handled as carefully as it was in the book. But yeah, I think that sums up my thoughts just with the Billy and Daisy situation. I do love that in the end, when we read the email and she says, give Billy Daisy's number, and they're both sober, they're both older. I do think that I like the idea of them reconnecting, and obviously you don't know if they like get together or anything, but the idea of them reconnecting, because I do think that these are two people, like Daisy said. I think she said, what'd she say? She said, right person, wrong time. Maybe I just made that up. I'm sorry, my mom replied to my locket. Maybe I just made that up. I don't know. I did not make that up. I've seen that somewhere. I can't remember if it was in here or not, but I'm pretty sure it was. But I think it was, I like to think in another universe, in another time, in another book world of this book, that Billy and Daisy were both in the right headspace, and they were both better people, so they could be together. Yeah, a lot of this book, I can't say, personally, I can't say, oh, this was right and this is wrong. This person's right, this person's wrong. Oh, I can't make a black and white. I can't take a side as if it's black and white. The book has a lot of nuance. It has a lot of layers. It's very complex. And I think that is what I love about this book, is that you don't read this book and you say, well, for me personally, I didn't read this book and I didn't say, oh, team Daisy, oh, team Billy, oh, team Camilla, oh, team Pete, team Eddie. Like, it's just, it's layered and it's complex. And I think that adds to the beauty of the book. And that's what I wanted to say. So, yeah.
Old girl was the damn villain.
I didn't think she was.
I didn't think she was either.
Because I was like, what is he talking about?
What did I tell you, bro? These in choice-based games, they don't work. Ever.
Berlizzi just likes to make stuff up.
I don't think Berlizzi has ever finished a choice-based game without making a bad decision.
He just likes to make stuff up. And listen, I don't know what y'all be talking about. Okay, I do know what y'all be talking about. He's not good at choice-based games, but it's entertaining.
It is. I'll be laughing my ass off. I'll be like, Merlin, what you doing?
I hate when he screams. I'll be getting mad. It is never that scary.
Okay. Bro, talking all that hot shit till she play the game.
No, if I was playing the game by myself, but the thing is I never scream until he screams. So then I'm scared and he's scared and it's like.
Because you don't know how difficult it is to be playing them high-paced ass games.
Wow.
Look, I'm telling you, one day, dude, me, you, and Gianna, we need to play a game. We need to record a video, put it on the internet. That video will go viral. If I know